and Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. At the same time, the day of departure of our colleague, Madhav Maharaj. Rasikananda Maharaj, he was in Midnapur side. He was the disciple of Swamananda Prabhu. Swamananda Prabhu's history is this, that he first got initiation in Shakkarasa from Hridaya Nanda or Hridaya Chaitanya Goswami near Kalna. Anyhow, he went to see Vrindavan. He came of a non-Brahmin family, generally cultivator section. Went to Vrindavan, and one day in the early morning, he is out on visiting different holy places. From Nandagram, he is going eastward towards Khadirvan. Suddenly found on the way an ornament called Nupur, the foot ornament of the ladies. Food ornament of the ladies, he got suddenly found.
Bengal.
Bengal. Nupur in Sanskrit. Just over the foot, in this way. Nupur. Then see, he took it on his bag and very much charged with love divine, he is going. Suddenly, when looking backside, he found that a girdle of exquisite beauty. She is searching for something there, where he got it. Then he came back, asked the girl, what you are searching for? An ornament missed here. One Nupur of Radharani missed somewhere here. I am searching for it. Oh, I have got it. He handed over. And the girl put that Nupur on his forehead and vanished. And he was besides himself, what's the matter? I am fortunate enough that I have got. I have had darshan of the divine themselves of Bhajo. Then he had a thinking in this way. Already he had some Sakkurasa. Sakkurasa training his guru gave him Mantan Sak. He thinking that I have got that sort of duty. He is thinking in that way and taking them. But from this incident, a change came in his mind. And his tendency began to grow in favor of Madhura Rasa. How beautiful, how charming figure they are. What is their duty? At night they attend rasa ceremony. And this way, thinking thus, there was a great change in his mind. And he connected Jiva Goswami. Such is the condition. My Gurudev, he is in that rasa. But I am finding deep tendency, irresistible towards the service of Madhura rasa. What to do? Jiva Goswami examined him and being satisfied, gave him Diksha in Madhura rasa. Then this was broadcasted gradually amongst the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, not only in Vrindavan but in Sri Gaur Mandal also. Such has happened the case. His Guru Sridhar Chaitanya, he felt disturbed. What is this? Jiva Goswami is a standard Vaishnava, all words of Rup Sanatana. He did such thing and that is against Karsi. Samananda was my disciple. Anyhow, he managed to call for a Vaishnava assembly, in Vrindavan. And there, from that assembly, he called for Jiva Goswami and both Samananda to give explanation for that incourteous activity. Jiva Goswami did not attend, but he sent Samananda, go attend the meeting, answered their call. Samananda went from the meeting, from the committee, the assembly, called explanation. What's the matter? You took initiation from Sridhar Chaitanya Prabhu? Yes, I did. What was your tilak? At that time it was such and such. Now you have changed your tilak into that nupura? Yes, it is changed. Why and how? He related this story. No, he wanted, his Guru desired that present tilak will be effaced. You efface your tilak, present tilak. But I can't efface. If you can, you may efface my tilak. They tried, but could not. Then they are bewildered. What's the matter? Why such? What is this? He related the narration, the story. Then of course they had some awe, reverence. Then he told his another internal story. But when the call for explanation came, he prayed to Radharani. This is the difficulty, what I am to do. Then it is told that Radharani gave him assurance, I shall look after that. So Radharani connected with Subal, the leader of the Sakkarasa in his group. Yeah, one of your servitors I am taking in. You allow. And he gladly did so. In this way, that was intimated to reveal to the Srila Chaitanya, and everything was compromised, minimized. This is Samananda. When he came back, these three, Narottam, Srinivas, Samananda, these three came back with the bullock cart, where the chests were full of books, and that was looted near Bakura, Vishnupur, Bakura. And after trying for many days for searching out those books, they failed. And then Samananda went to his own country to preach, Midnapur side, and Narottam also left for North Bengal to preach, to mind their own blessings. But Srinivas was leader of them, in charge of the books. He did not live. Like half-mad, he was roaming. And anyhow, when that was looted by the local chief, Virhambir by name, he had some affinity for Bhagavatam, and his Guru Vyas, one Vyas by name, he used to chant Bhagavatam in his assembly every afternoon. And Srinivas anyhow came, and suddenly, unconsciously, he pointed out some mistake in the reading of Bhagavad, that Vyas, Virhambir's Guru. Then he was detected, oh, he is not a mad, but he is a great genius in Bhagavatam. Then anyhow, they came to know his position, and the book was lost. Grantham, all these things came in. And then they told that, well, I have stolen those caskets. And it was shown to Srinivas, and the Virhambir also became disciple of Srinivasa. Then Samananda, when preaching in Midnapur, he got a disciple named Rasikananda. He was very sincere, and his feeling, emotion was so much great. Almost after Diksha he became half-mad. And he was preaching the name of Krishna and the Vrindavana, Leela of Mahaprabhu, of Krishna as by Mahaprabhu. And his sentiments were so deep that he's told by some to be the avatar, Aniruddha avatar, that which is not found in human soul. Such intense were his sentiments about the different thought of Vrindavan. He established not only western side of Midnapur district, Gopi Vallabhpur. His seat was famous seat was there, and he preached in a very intense way. Rashid Mangal, there is a book, it is mentioned there, that one day one fakir, Muslim fakir, who has some power of showing miracles to the public. He came, he heard the name of Rasikananda to be a great saint, so he came to test him. He came on the back of a tiger to the ashram of Rasikananda. Where is he? I have come to see him. He is a great saint. And at that time it is told that Rasikananda Prabhu, he was rubbing his teeth by a branch, a small branch of tree.
Twig.
Twig. And he was sitting on a broken wall of a broken room, a earthen wall. Then when it was intimated to him that Fakir has come on the back of a tiger, then it is told he asked the wall, the broken wall where he is sitting, the wall, then you have, it is necessary that you should go, you should carry me. And the wall coming. Then the fakir came down from the tiger. This is animate and he can move the inanimate. This is Siddhi.
আমি গৌরশঙ্কর ফেললাম একটু কথা বলবো
বলুন
মহারাজ আমি অন্য দমন আমি রওনা
Rasikananda Prabhu, he was a Shuddha Bhakta. But this Yoga Vibhuti, the wall, inanimate wall, was asked to advance, to march on, and the wall did. That's the matter. Then of course, it is said, we stated, Mukti Shayam Mukuritanjali Shivati Ismam Dharmartha Kamagataya Samaya Pratiksha. The Siddhi, Yoga Siddhi, all these things, they only wait for the order of a Vaishnava who does not care for Siddhi. But if any place such wish may come to them, it is affected. And these things prove, these incidents, if we take to be true, then that theory is very difficult to prove by the science of fossilism. But what I say, everything is hypnotism, and the character of hypnotism, then all is possible. All is possible. Only will force that can show anyone anything. The will power can create so many thoughts and ideas of our experience. We can explain from that background. Anyhow, Rasikananda Prabhu, he spread the Mahaprabhu's doctrine in that part of the land extensively. And his devotion was very fervent and sentimental. His heart fully melted when he took the name of the Lord or engaged himself in any service. So that a section of Vaishnava, they thought he is not human soul, but he Ishvara Koti, that he is a function of the Lord himself, avatar, is told by some Rajidhan. His day of departure is today. And then the next, Jagannath Das Babaji, who is supposed to be the Desaguru of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and also Desaguru of Gaudishwar Babaji Maharaj, as well as that of Guru of Charandas Babaji, who was the Guru of Ramdas Babaji. So-called Ramdas Babaji, his Guru was Charandas, and Charandas, his Guru was Bhagavad Das. Bhagavad Das and Gaur Kishore Babaji Maharaj, who is Guru of our Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, they took, Bhagavad Das and Gaur Kishore Das took their Babaji initiation from Jagannath Das Babaji. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also told to have his Vesa, the Babaji Vesa, and the mantra from Jagannath Das Babaji. And also it is told that Jagannath Das Babaji, once he went to find where is the birthplace of Mahaprabhu, and he was very old, 125 years old, and crippled. And one UP devotee named Bihari Das, we have seen him, he used to carry him on his shoulders generally. He one day told that I want to see the birthplace of Chaitanya Dev, taking on the other side of the Ganges. Jagannath Das Babaji had got his samadhi here. So he was taken there and stopped here, dig earth. Here, the Kaji broke the mridanga of many, of some householder of that time who used to go on chanting before Mahaprabhu subdued him. And some broken pieces of the Ardan, that mridanga was found in there. And it is told that was in Sivasangan somewhere there, like nearby. Just Jagannath Das Babaji. So in another way, he also located the birthplace of Mahaprabhu on that side. His samadhi is this side. Jagannath Das Babaji. His day of departure is also today. And Madhav Maharaj, you know, he was my god brother, junior to me, both in age and also in junior. 1930, he joined the mission exclusively. You might have seen him as a very young, energetic man. He was very energetic, so much so. Our Guru Maharaj once remarked that he has got volcanic energy. That Madhav Maharaj. Volcanic energy he has got. Very energetic. And he was very dissatisfied with me, and he tried always that you must come out for preaching. For a long time he was in my party, I am sannyasi and he was white-clad canvasser and collection was generally his responsibility. And whatever we collected, we sent it straight to Prabhupada then. And Prabhupada was happy to speak. This is my party. My party. Anyhow, our preaching was also satisfactory and the collection also. So he was very satisfied with my preaching capacity and reported to Guru Maharaj many a time. Whether any opponent equipped with ancient knowledge of Veda, Upanishads, Puran, etc., or a modern scholar with any scientific knowledge may come to oppose, Sridhar Maharaj will keep the prestige all through of the mission. That was his remark, and especially of my analogy. I could give appropriate analogy to the opponents to prove my case. That was some specialist, special.
Your use of analogy. You spoke of your use of analogy.
Analogy. That was very famous. I was famous for my analogy, accurate analogy.
Can you give us some examples?
Analogy in every point. Wherever indifference, I try to put my case by giving some analogy. That is my special characteristic. You also here. Generally I put some analogy to clear the position of the ontological aspect.
Yes.
That is my nature. In my Shastra. Once it happened that in Khurda, one Ramakrishna follower of Ramakrishna mission, a doctor, a man of position, he came to fought on their part. And I told him to make him understand in course of my discussion that there are so many big signboards, but if the auditor goes in, they say the company is bankrupt. So Ramakrishna Mission, Bharat Sevasram, Congress, they are giving relief work to the people, doing good service to the people. A big signboard is on the office. But if a real auditor goes to check what sort of benefit they are doing, they say they are all bankrupt companies. No capital, but only store. Then it is gone. Sridhar Maharaj, who has got a mutt here at Calcutta, Puri, then in his, we came, Mother Maharaj, and his Haggi Brahmachari came, we were with Prabhupada in Puri, and he gave lecture and quoted such examples. that very example. And that was out in an article in Navadwipa. Prabhupada read it. Siddhanti, that is Siddhaswara Brahmachari, he can put good analogy, this economic analogy. That I give Brahmachari, Madhav Maharaj. You know, this is Sridhar Maharaj analogy. In this way, in Madras, when our Guru Maharaj was, would go there, we are arranging for some procession from the station to the north. I went to visit the leader of Boy Scout, a Marathi gentleman, some comment. I asked him that we are making arrangements for many things to follow the procession. We like if your Boy Scout also can join our procession. No, that is only for social work. We have no religious program for us. We don't. Well, ours is also social. How yours is social? You do only religious side, take up, not social work. I gave him an analogy. Suppose, what is this? You are the human species, cow species, dog species, so many species. You like we shall have the dog society, retrieving them that they will be dog always. Dog society. Ours is that if there is possibility of the dog to come to human society, we shall take our service in that line, to make the dog, to the dog up to the human section, the possibility. Then what sort of service would be more useful? The man, of course, if it is possible to take the dog to the human society, that will be more appreciable. The ours is that, like that. And you want, the dog will remain dog, and you will serve them. And we have known that. In that, one gentleman, one Okil came, the man is dead. You do not go, like Ramakrishna Mission, you don't attend the patients. But if he is dead, to whom will you preach? He came with this question. I told that suppose there is a famine and I have got some quantity of food, I am distributing and all the crowd is there and I am only distributing the food. But if someone flies away, run away, should I stop my distribution and run after him to fetch him? Then again I shall distribute. But the whole crowd is there. I am doing that important business. If I stop distributing, then so many will be losers. Why I should take so many men, someone dying? What's the matter, dying money, going away from my sight? Then why should I engage myself in another engagement without distributing this nectar? That will be bad economy. In this way, whatever, once I went to an education minister there, I guess first recommendation letter, we shall go to your district for preaching. We want an introduction letter. No, Swamiji, there is village and you must learn Tamil, then you can go and preach there. But you, in English, you can't preach there. He told like that. I told, suppose I am running through the street of your village and a boy is drowning in the water in a tank. Should I go to learn Tamil? Or anyway, I shall try to make understand that he is drowning. What should we do? So we are looking with that importance, the man is drowning. So any man, any interpreter, we shall catch there and we shall give vent to our feelings to help them. In this way, whatever any opposition is to come, I could put some analogy in different way. There was one ICS, the king of Jaipur, Odisha. He promised to pay for the cost for the construction of the Navadwipa temple. But he told that, I do not know. The new Dhyan ICS he has come, the Pula ready. You would please approach him. He will pay you the money. I am only signing. I avoided that that is a young ICS newcomer. If I approach him, some opposition may come. But the king has signed. This will be more useful for my purpose. But repeatedly the king of Jaipur, he asked me to see the Diwan, and I could not avoid. I approached him. He flatly refused. What do you say? This is generally the Santas, the jungle people. They are ill-fed, half-clad, and poor men, and from their revenue, if anything is surplus, I like to expend them for their benefit. And you will construct a temple, and that also in Madras town. If you could build within their area, then also I could consider this. Sometimes they would have recreation there by religious talks. But in Madras, and this hut, I am the last man to help in this way. And the king has given the signature, you see. Oh, he was the man walking on the street, this Radha Krishnan and others, because they took bribe, 1 lakh of rupees every year for the Andhra University, and he has been put into the throne. And the real heir, the wife of the late king, he is at Lucknow now. He is the real heir. A man on the street is put on the throne by the Radha Krishnan and others. There is a conspiracy because they could have 1 lakh of rupees every year for the university upon the high. You please try to dissuade the king from contributing every 1 lakh to the university. Who will pay the money? They are the poorest of the poor. And this disappointed me. Then I thought that I have been almost lost the thing. Anyhow, I collected courage and gave him a good blow. Bikri, and within I am calling for the help of Guru Maharaj. I am frustrated. If you come to my help, then it may be possible. Within I am praying for his help, and outwardly I caught him like a Tatar. So, Bikritam Vajabodhuviridam cha Vishnu, Sadbhamito Nastunya Tathavatnaitaya, Bhaktim Parang Bhagavati Patidabhakamam, Hridrogang Ashu Apahinuti Achiri Nadhira. From Bhagavatam, quoted. I told him, with a deep impression, of course, because I am frustrated at that time only. But I told him, you see, when I was a hog, I devoured a hillock of stools, but my hunger is not appeased. When I was an elephant, I devoured a jungle, but appetite is not quenched. So appetite, our hunger, is not appeased in this way. As much as we get, so much my thirst is more and more. Sahasrami choti choti sahasri lokhamiyati lokkhadivastatu rajyam rajyastata. So Shukadev Goswami has diagnosed this thirst, this hunger as heart disease. And that heart disease can only be cured perfectly if one can adjust with Krishna Lila. Listen to the Vijavadhu Virirancha Vishnu. Vishnu's pastimes with the damsels of the Vrindavan. If one can attain and adjust and harmonize him with such thought of such flame, then only this heart disease is cured fully. Otherwise, it is not. It is only very mental, it is very deep-rooted. It is the nature. And if one to be fully cured, anyhow, this touch the heart of the man. And he drops this occasional tears. There was a little weight with his tears. So he told, Swamiji, you believe me, I have faith in God. And your eyes are in weakness. I saw. Yes, I shall give you money. But not now, I shall send you. She asked me to go here, maybe here, that I shall give you. In this way, the analogy. Many analogies. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. So I was very intimately connected in my life of preaching with this Madhav Maharaj, who was Hagri Brahmachari, a tall, fair, and robust health. I can't believe that he has gone. And about 8 years younger than myself. And he used to come to me at least once or twice in a year, and with this complaint also, you are deceiving the educated public. That was his general complaint against him. You could help them, but you miserly habit. Like Prabhupada told, Islam. I do not know much, but I push forward. Whatever little I know, I want to take it from door to door. You know that I am not very scholarly, or I have not such capacity or intelligence. Still I try my best to carry out from door to door whatever little I know. But you are doing injustice. That was the general complaint. And when any serious problem, he used to consult with me. What should I do? When opening any new center, he used to consult with me. Whether giving sannyas or taking sannyas, all these important matters, he used to come from me to consult. That was his nature, younger. And when he invited me to his Calcutta meetings, I used to almost visit every year and to deliver lecture there. And they appreciated my that. I took that chance. But I am not doing myself, but Calcutta, there is a place of educated men. And there I did Dharma Sabha. He used to convene. And then almost every year, for those 5 days or 6 days, I went there and I spoke whatever I could. I knew in this way. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nithai Gaur Hari Bol, Nithai. Mahaprabhu Gauranga Sundara.
How was your Sankirtan? You were going on the party and preaching and collecting funds you were mentioning earlier with Madhava Maharaj, and then you would send all the money. What would you do? How do you approach people?
Suppose we went to a place from this station, station, obviously some sort of invitation we had, and otherwise we went to a place and stopping at the station. Some was out to inquire who is the religiously minded man here. Then, after having some sort of information, we used to saw with him, and then he wanted us to take your beddings here. I am arranging for you. Stay. And then we, some handbills we printed and circulated, or by drum beating circulation. Gaudiya Math people has come and they will convene meeting in such and such place, and Bhagavad Patham, explanation of Bhagavatam in someone's house or in some temple. You all come. In this way, 2-3 days program, or at most 5 days program. Then after that, we took them who are the benevolent persons and who can help for this purpose. We approached him. We have come to you to give 1 jewel to our mutt, on that particular mutt. You bear the cost. Or the Vigraha will be installed there, you please bear the cost. Or there will be in Parikrama, so many people will gather and a huge expenditure to give some rice. Or 1 day's expense you please bear. Or in Mayapur, so that a cooking room is damaged, to repair to that some money is required. Or you had passed to publish an edition of Bhagavad Gita, or this book or that book. In this way, some sort of service we mention, and we ask collection. And for temples, bridges, water, room, books, and this way. Collection. Or land in some place, and there you get Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur. In Bombay, while preaching, one gentleman, an officer, a Bengali officer of course, mint officer, you have out for collection, but you were all rich men. He told. You were all rich. Gaudiya Math is very rich institution. Why should you collect? I told him, yes, when you see that we are rich, at least you see that we spend money very extravagantly, is it not? Well, yes. But we say that we are beggars. And being beggar, we spend money very extravagantly. What a rich man can do, a very big rich man, he can spend money in that way, extravagantly. But we say that we are beggar. Now your point will be that what in which we spend money, whether that is unnecessary, that is extravagancy, or that has got real necessity there. That's the difference, not that we are rich. Your point will be that a beggar, why he should spend money like what are in these things which we consider to be luxury. Suppose a doctor, he has not much money, but still he runs on a motor car. Our man will see, oh, this is luxury, but we may not think like that. The motor car saves his time, takes him to many patients in a short time. That is help to the society. So we also may use motor car or some such vehicle or thing to approach many to talk about God consciousness, which we think that is the real service to the society, though we are penniless. In this way. And we are decorating the deity in a very luxurious way. We are distributing prasadam profusely, what a rich man cannot do. By begging we are distributing prasadam to so many. So, spending money. But money spending does not mean that one is a rich. A poor man also can do. Now we have to try to understand why what is think redundant, and we consider that to be very important, and we spend for that by begging. That should be necessary for you to understand that we are rich, so we are spending. Not principle is that. Yeah. And this Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nidai Gaur Hari Bol, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol. Nidai Gaur Hari Bol, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol. What's the time? 9 o'clock?
Yeah, quite fast.
어디 정나서내게?
No.
니만이 왔어? 니만 기껏지? 답은 하죠?
There was, in Prabhupada's books, it is mentioned that as one feels, in a certain point of our spiritual life, one feels natural attraction towards one type of relationship, one ras. Then yesterday I heard that the initial ruchi we feel is the result of our previous karma from previous lives and of present.
There's two lines of dealings with the theme. One, in the crude form, we can't know which is our inner attraction. So it may differ. In the beginning, when we have got no real connection with the innermost tendency of our heart, then the change of faith is possible. And in the higher realization also it is possible, but that is very rarely. Very rarely there is interference of the higher. Interference may come from higher. It is possible, but it is very, very rarely possible. Generally due to defect into the detection, such things happen. Misreading. Generally, in general case, due to misreading of the inner tendency, such diagnosis is made. This is the general case, where we find from one branch to another branch. Mostly it is like that. And real change in the spiritual realization, it is very rarely possible by the intervention of the superior power. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, how did Bhaktisiddhanta and Lalita Prasad differ in their ideas?
Who are you?
Buddhi Yoga.
Huh?
Buddhi Yoga.
Buddhi Yoga. Oh. Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur had no recognition for Lalita Prasad, though physically he is younger brother. We read in Nadia Prakash article that he has, in the beginning, Lalita Prasad was living with Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. But gradually difference came between them, and he left our Guru Maharaj and went straight to Bhaktivinoda Thakur's birthplace, his maternal uncle's village where he was born, and he attended there to found a separate not for his own center. And at that time our Guru Maharaj wrote that he has gone to worship Udai Chandi. Uda is the name of the village. And that there the specific deity was Kali, Shakti, Chandi. So he has gone to serve Udai Chandi instead of Krishna. That was the remark of our Guru Maharaj. And also later, sometimes later on, his remark came that he is fond of his Baba, father, and not of Radha. He sees Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his physical affection, that is not out of him. That eternal respect, that he is commanding his heart and to render some sort of service. He does not understand what Bhaktivinoda Thakur really was. That was the finding of our Guru Maharaj. The Sulai Chandi, though he is worshipping Mahaprabhu, and that is Ulai Chandi, that is Bhog, when there is, we do anything for some exploiting purpose, then that is really the service of the external material potency and not of Krishna consciousness. Kamasteste rizagana prabodhanti anna devata. If the want of sincerity, heart is not cleared of the undesirable things, Vandavilash karma gyan, etc. So it is told that he is a Shakta that is, he is worshipper of the Shakti potency or exploitationist. So he was looked by our Guru Maharaj in that way. The material affinity to his father, that is the underlying motive which pushing him to this apparently religious duties also. That was the opinion of our Guru Maharaj. Once when I entered mott, or from outside, and visiting, I heard our Guru Maharaj to say one day, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, what is the, one man asked, what is the position of the Shakta, worshippers of the potency, the physical potency of the Lord? He told that they are materialist. Their position is that of materialist. I could not took that word immediately to be true, 100%. I came from a Shakta family. I heard and I saw in books that the Maya is also called Chaitanya Rupini. Kaibodhya Dayini, Chaitanya Rupini, Chinmayi. He is conscious. She is consciousness, I heard. And now he told that they are materialists, they are atheists, those that are worshippers of potency. I tried to come to some adjustment. His words cannot be neglected. And what I have gone through the Shastra and got, that is Chinmayi, Shakti, the potency is conscious. And he says, the worshipper of the external potency, they are atheists, they are materialists. How to harmonize? Then I gave more trust to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's statement. Why he says materialist? Then I came to this understanding. The materialist, that is Shakta, their opinion is that Shakti, potency, is the most original substance. And the consciousness is the outcome of that potency. Potency and the consciousness, Purusha and the Prakriti. And when Prakriti, which is not Purusha or not conscious, that is held to be the most ultimate, and the consciousness comes out of it, then of course that is materialism, fossilism. So Shaktivad is fossilism. So our Guru Maharaj's remark to Lalita Prasad was of that type, that his reference towards Bhakti Vinod Thakur and through him towards Mahaprabhu, that the origin of that is material connection of Bhakti Vinod Thakur. It is Baba, Badha, Radha. There was one article in Gaudiya. Bhakti Vinod, I see, that is the opinion of Prabhupada. Bhakti Vinod Thakur should be seen as Radha. But he could not see as Radha. There came some Badha, means hindrance. And then the next is Baba, father. So his endeavors towards Bhaktivinoda Thakur and through him towards Mahaprabhu, the basis was his physical connection. That was stressed by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and we are followers of him. And in another time also, he is engaged in the worship of Ulai Chandi, that the deity Kali, who is supposed to be the presiding goddess of that town. His energies are devoted only for that. That is also connecting with materialism. and not pure spiritualism. He once remarked about Shishir Ghosh, who wrote Lord Gauranga and Ramiya Nimai Charit and many things about Mahaprabhu, editor and the founder of Amritabajar Patrika, a man of prestige and renowned man. Nijo Bhoge Gorilla Gauranga, Prabhupada's remark. He has constructed Gauranga suiting his own enjoying purpose. Nijo Bhoge Gorilla Gauranga. Gauranga, as Sridhar Maharaj written, Gita as it is, and the Gita as seen by so many scholars. Independent of that, he tried to guide the readers of Gita, the Gita as it is, the Gauranga as it is, as he is, and the Gauranga as we want to make, create our created Gauranga, that mental concoction, Gauranga. The Gauranga may be so Sute Patha. We must hear in a bona fide method, and then we shall guide our eye to see and then to produce the form. Not to create by our own mental prejudice. That is one thing. We should try our best to get out of our prejudice and samskar, and to go to try to catch what is independent of our myself or so many like us, the mental concoction, the Mike's conception. So Gauranga as he is, Vrindavan Krishna consciousness as it is, and to create Krishna consciousness in his own mental way, the things would be different. We shall always try to set aside our mental representations and to catch what is already there. This is in other words, our Guru Maharaj told once, when we take the name, we shall not encourage our mind to see a picture. Because he says that whenever anything comes to mind, other senses goes there like vulture on the cremation ground. Whenever some sound, I say, it must be of such color, such figure. The touch, it may be touched in such a way. Like vultures, all other senses will run and fall on it with their own impression. But say they should not be given any chance of doing that. The sound will produce its own roop, color of figure. And then the gun, the quality, not like the qualities that is found here. That is diametrically different. Such namna, rupa, rupasya, then gun, then parikar, then lila, all these things, the chetan, that will come down, that is of different type. And this mundane experience won't be allowed to cover what is expected to come down from the other world. So our prejudice, our samskar, our mental tendency to place before us that I know anything, I know everything. It is of that type. The mental tendency, prejudice will come out and will stand on your side. It is known to me to a certain extent, it must be like that. All these are hindrances. They must not be allowed to do so. We shall try. The name I have got, what I got from my Gurudev, that is a different original, or that of a revolutionary type of thing, sound. I am to concentrate, to cultivate that only, and that will gradually assert itself in a particular gradation, Roop, Gun, Lila, and I shall find my own soul as a unit in that system shown by the name. And that is another world, not the world of our own experience and conception or inference or something like that. That is pure spiritual consciousness. And we shall dismiss all our empirical attempts to go and modify. And that will be, the progress will be hampered thereby. So, Sevan Mukhe Jivado, we shall engage in the service that will come from the Vaishnava quarter, and thereby the prejudices will die and clear out from our mind without food. Whatever initiativeness is taken from the mind, that will feed the mind and help it to continue its longevity. So only we shall carry out the order of the Vaishnava, the Guru, and according to my fortune, higher Gurus, Guru of higher level, by obeying his orders, I shall be able to imbibe that, and my present existence will vanish gradually, the mental existence. Edehi habe sarvanash. A new world will come before me, and I shall find that I have got my individual position there in my soul, and all the mental system with this body, they will evaporate, they will vanish. And only my inner soul, and I will find there that will, the light that will come. The soul is there, and unity is there, and the whole new world will come in view, and I shall find that I am there represented in such and such position. And my present conception of my own existence with ego, with mental system, with body, everything will go ahead. Something like that. Go. You have any idea?